Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to take a drawing that you created based on an image here. You should already have this file if you did the previous video, and how you can, a couple ways you can add color and begin to add color to that. So you should open up your file that you were working on, and then I'll show you a couple of different methods you can use. The first method is with the paint bucket tool, and I'm purposely leaving this layer to where I can see it because I want to pull some of the color from that layer. And right now I just have that layer and the layer of my drawing, so I'm going to select the layer of the drawing. And the first thing you want to do is come up here and use, there's all these different ones here, use the eyedropper tool. And if you look up here, it's going to allow you, I like to double click it, to pick a color like that, and it samples it. And then you come down here, yours may show gradient tool. If you hold down on it, you can go to the paint bucket tool. And then with that color selected there, now when I go, this method, just click and it fills in wherever that line goes. Now the problem with this tool is you notice it's just a solid color, but also if there's any breaks in your line, like watch the eyes here, because there's breaks in it, if I go to fill in this part, it fills in that part of the eye too, so I'm going to Command Z. But you can get a lot of it done just by doing this, okay? And then you can go back to the eyedropper, pick a color, get the paint bucket, paint it. Now notice again, it went and painted this line because somewhere my line is probably right there. If I zoom in, Command plus, it's not connecting, so the color is going right through there. So you can always go back to your pencil tool, close those lines up, and it can avoid some of that. But let me show you the other technique as well. The other technique, I'm going to press Command minus here to zoom out. The other technique is to use the actual paintbrush tool. So you'll go to brush tool, you'll pick a little bit bigger size, something like that, whatever feels like the right size to you for whatever you're painting. And this is a little different. Here's what I recommend. Before you use that tool, you're going to go to Layer, New Layer. You're going to create a third layer. Now, it'll automatically pop up on top, but I want you to drag it behind this layer. And this is why. I'll show you why in a second. You want to have this layer selected, but now you can go through, use the same technique. Let's say I'm going to do the white color, that whitish gray from there. I'm going to use this now and go. Notice that if I go over my lines or whatever I did on the other layer, it's not showing up. So it's not painting over my lines. So I can do like this, and you can see it's going fine, and everything I painted on this layer, it's behind. So I kind of recommend using a combination of the two tools. Now, when you're doing this, and let's say you color like this and you get outside the lines, again, you're not coloring over those lines because that layer is on top. You can grab the eraser, and again, without erasing your line from the other layer, because it's on another layer, you can kind of clean up any mistakes you made, right? So you can always change the size if it's too big of a size there, and you can kind of clean it up. So using those two methods, the paintbrush, adjusting the size and everything like that, and also the paint bucket tool, you should be able to, ooh, we got some lines not connected there. You should be able to paint this entire image. Okay, and then you can always check in and see how your drawing's looking. I got a lot more to do, but you get the idea of it, and you can use those tools to create it as a painting and see how it looks. The most important thing is as you switch back and forth between methods, paint bucket method or paintbrush method, that you make sure you have the right layer selected and they're stacked properly. Okay, this is my finished version right here, and you can see I can drop that out, and I've got pretty cool little painting there. You can try different methods and different techniques to make it look different, but this looks like a hand-drawn image. So if you're going for that hand-drawn look in a design you're doing or something like that, this is how you would go about doing that. Once you've completed that or are ready to stop working, make sure to go to File, Save As, or if you've already saved it as your drawing.psd, that's good. You can just go File, Save, and it, as long as you're logged into the server over here and you have Holmes Journalism, it should save it in your folder still. And then this image is ready to be placed in Adobe InDesign to make a page or anything like that.